Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the CASPer exam, which is one of the many parts of the medical school application. I'm going to split the video up into two basic parts. The first will be just what the CASPer exam is, because I had a hard time just figuring that simple thing out when I was trying to take the exam. And the second part will be how you can prepare or just what to expect when you're taking the exam. So, an overview, the CASPer exam is a situational judgment test. And I think just what this means after taking it and understanding more, it's just trying to see how you reason through situations using logic, and it's trying to see that you can make ethical, good decisions in tricky situations, and that you consider different perspectives, and that you just generally have a moral compass and you're a functioning human, I guess, is what it's trying to see. So if you are someone who you feel like you have empathy for others and you can come up with solutions to problems and you're generally good at interacting with others, I think you will be totally fine for this test, and I don't think you should get overly stressed about it. It's not nearly as daunting as the MCAT, I would say. It's more of like the medical schools want to make sure you are a human. So the CASPer itself consists of 12 video-based or written prompts, and the test is about 60 to 90 minutes long. So for each prompt, you either watch the video or you read the prompt, and then you're given, I think, a little bit of time to think about the situation. Not much time, but just to reflect. And then you start your questions, which for each scenario you get 3 open response style questions, which you're given 5 minutes to answer all 3 questions, which is not a ton of time for how in-depth they want you to be answering these questions. So you really have to think on your feet, collect yourself quickly, just think about what you want to convey in your answer, and just start typing right away and basically word vomit. I don't think they take grammar and spelling into account, and like if you are typing and your sentence gets cut off, that's totally fine. They know that you're rushing through it basically. So that's something to think about as far as typing. If you are a slow typer, or if you're kind of a hunter or pecker when you type, you might want to consider working on the typing, because that's helpful if you can type pretty quickly for that. Also, for the cost, the CASPer exam is $12 to schedule it, and then I think it's $12 for each school that you want to send your results to. So if you end up having a lot of schools that require it, it can kind of add up. But I mean, what does not add up in this application process? So just add it to the list. There's 2 other parts to the CASPer that I did these parts, but they ended up not being required by the schools I applied to. I don't know if it was just because of COVID and the weird times we're in, or if they really don't care about these parts. But the other 2 pieces of the CASPer exam are the snapshot, it's called, and the duet. So the snapshot is basically a one-way interview where you dress up and you act like you're going to be interviewed, but these questions just pop up on your screen, and you have, I think it's maybe 3 minutes to 2 or 3 minutes to just discuss the question. And it's very much what you can expect from medical interview type questions. So think like, tell me about yourself, why do you want to be a physician, what's your favorite book, things that might be able to show your personality or your motivation. Nothing crazy. I think I was way more nervous than I should have been for that. Once it was over, I was like, oh, that wasn't bad. It was just, you just got to get it done. And although sometimes you don't have to get it done if it's not required, but I don't know. I feel like with those types of things, it took maybe 10 to 15 minutes. You might as well just do it. And if it's not required, great. They can just throw it away. But if it is, then you'll have it done and that's all set. And then the duet is the last part. That one was really bizarre to me because it was just it was trying to see your values and your to see how you would fit at a medical school, I guess, based on your motivations, what's important to you. So the screen just pops up with different ideas or philosophies or values, and you just keep clicking the ones that are most important to you. And I guess in the end, they're given some sort of result of what you find important in medical school or in your education, and that can help line you up with a school, but is it even used? I don't know. Oh, I forgot to mention the CASPer is completely online. As far as I know, it always has been. So you just sit down at your desk at home on a computer and you can take it. You don't have to go anywhere. Same thing for the snapshot and the duet. You do that right on your computer on their system online. So that's an overview of what the CASPer is. It's, yeah, nothing crazy, just another hoop to jump through to get a little bit closer to medical school. So now I'll go over just how you can prepare for the CASPer test. I will say for most people, I think it will not be something you need to do a ton of preparation, but it is helpful to just get in the mindset of how you have to be typing quickly after seeing a scenario and coming up with answers to questions. So what I did is, I think first of all, there's a free CASPer test, like a practice test on the CASPer website. That's a great thing to take. First of all, you should do that. Any resource that the test itself gives out, you should probably take advantage of that. And then there are several websites that just give free example questions or example videos. So like, I know BMO Academic Counseling gives a bunch of example scenarios. So a lot of times with those, I would put the scenario up on my screen and then put a blank Word document, and I would read the scenario and then time myself answering their sample questions, 3 sample questions, make sure I could do it in 5 minutes. I think there's another website, Shamasian Academic Consulting. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I'll link these things in the description. Those are all just free things that talk about the test and give you some practice problems. Oh, the Shamasian one has videos where he works through like a CASPer example and what he would say as a response for the questions, and that's helpful just to have just like an outline of what they're looking for. So I would definitely, when you are thinking about schools that you're applying to and scheduling your MCAT exam, the CASPer test is something to keep in mind and something that you can check if your schools require it, and you can just get it out of the way when you're able to, and then it'll be over. It's just another little stepping stone. So I totally forgot to film any sort of outro to this video. So I hope this was helpful information, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below and I will answer anything. And until next time, thanks for watching.